What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Disappearing Civs World Battle. And it's time to remove 2 more civs. We're a little bit early, but I think it's just better to do it at the start of the episode. It's turn 148. This will be the biggest one yet, probably? I don't know. I feel like all the civs are really strong now, so it's going to have a bigger impact. But maybe the earlier ones were more important. I don't really know. Obviously, the later ones are just going to be more frustrating. You know, if you're on the verge of winning and then, boop, you're gone. So here we go. Let's hop over here to the random number generator. There's 30 civs remaining, so we'll be removing number 16 and number 12. Now that's a lot easier. Normally we've been having a lot of high ones and I've been not miscounting, but having to go back and double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is Rome. I guess let's scroll up. Rome is 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, the Songhai are gone. It's our worst nightmare. And then 13, 14, 15, 16. The Songhai and the Huns. 2 huge civs being removed. The Songhai, the world's last hope at stopping Shaka, is gone. So that's great. And Attila will also be leaving a huge hole here for Russia and Persia to go after. So here we go. Let's hop into the in-game editor. Please don't break. Thank you for the comment about safe mode. That has made a lot of difference. No, whoa, nearly got it all wrong. It's okay, the game's saved. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, but the Huns, there we go. Sorry, Attila. Goodbye. Boom. And then Songhai, where are you? I'm so sorry, Shaka. I mean, maybe it spares them. You know, now they're just going to vanish instead of being killed by the Zulu slowly. Where are they? Oh yeah, Askia. He's at the start. Okay, there we go. Kill. Sorry, dude. Gonna miss you. There we go. 2 civs eliminated. We'll leave the name tags on for this episode, just so we can sort of see, you know, who's settling where, not get lost as to what's disappeared. You know who really loses from that? Mongolia. They were so close to grabbing this city, and now it's just not available to them. And they're just like, what? What the heck did we do? You just attacked it so much, it disappeared. Yeah, that sucks for them, but for Russia, I think the big winners here are going to be Russia. Persia, I guess, potentially. I mean, none of these... Parthia has a settler ready to go, so they might be in the best spot. Actually, Russia has a couple too. 3, but they seem already set on their path, and the way that AI works, I think it will have to be new settlers that fill this gap. I don't think they can change their mind that frequently. I don't know, maybe they can, but normally it's pre-programmed as to exactly where that settler is going to go. I think the Ottomans obviously fighting, so they might not be able to get a settler across. I mean, the Goths as well, if they have one. And in terms of this gap, I mean, the Zulu, Morocco, Rome could obviously come down here and retake some of their stuff. The Ottomans have a free shot at this as well. They're probably the closest here. The Ottomans bordering essentially both of them. A little bit at the very least, but you know. Oh, that is so big. 28 civs remain. We'll be removing 2 more at turn 200. And I'll let you guys decide. If I've said I'd probably do the results around turn 250 just because of speed issues and stuff. We'll try and push it beyond that, of course, as normal. But, you know, in terms of normal episodes and then the results, it'll be up to 250, hopefully. I'm tempted, like, do you want me to remove some before the results? And, you know, so the winner could be removed, you know, on the turn they should win. And it's just heart-wrenching. Or do you want me to... like have the winner at 250 and then we remove 2 more and keep going? I don't know, let me know. You guys are pretty cruel, but sometimes you're fair as well, so I'll let you decide. Have a think about that one. That is ages away, 100 turns away. We're at, like, what, this is episode 12, we're at turn 150, so to get another 100 we'll probably be up to like episode 20 something at that point. I don't even know, 200 might actually be a better estimate depending on how slow it goes. But yeah, using this map, it is going a lot slower than normal. Egypt, obviously removing civs probably does help, to be fair, but I don't know. Egypt grabs the porcelain tower. The Zulu got their plan for world domination ready, going after America. I think America's safe from that one. We'll see what Canada can do. They can eliminate them, but I guess we dodged a bullet. You know, I didn't want a small civ to be eliminated. I felt that was bad, but at the same time, the Songhai on their own was the worst case scenario, wasn't it? That is bad. Shaka I feel like Shaka has bribed Google here, because he's having a great time. You know, Ethiopia, who had the Great Wall, some good units, and then just boom, gone. And then now you've got the Songhai too. I mean, he is having a whale of a time. That is for certain. Harappa, the gap was never really filled, to be fair. I mean, Siam's borders have slowly filled it a little bit, but nothing crazy. And Parthia did put one city in there. So that one didn't have much of an influence. I mean, Germany is slowly, what was Germany, obviously they're basically Finland at that point, has become sort of Russia. But yeah, again, just slow border growth has filled it up. And yeah, I mean, Ethiopia is now fully part of the Songhai. To be fair, what was the former capital is not, but apart from that, most of it is formerly part of the Zulu, sorry, not Songhai. Yeah, we'll see what happens to the Songhai now. But I'm imagining the Zulu's going to make light work of this. China retaking their city again pretty easily. We'll see. They're still trading back and forth. The Ottomans actually piecing out with China. Not that that was particularly important. Mongolia via Russia is ongoing. Probably not what Russia need right now. Are these settlers changing directions? These ones aren't. They're still heading sort of northwards, but they have 5 up at the moment, so these ones might head down this way. Start to fill this up. And Russia actually has artillery. That is the first artillery unit I've seen. So they're still right up there. Obviously, we're around that point where like the early level of planes and stuff, where you have like 6 options all side by side, the tech tree. So the Zulu might have 3 other ones, which is where they have that advantage. Obviously, some civs rush certain things as well, so you can't be guaranteed. But it does look like Egypt is going to fall here, and I don't know what Arabia is up to, but something pretty scary. We'll see. No settlers just yet. Morocco, it's only been 1 turn, but I'm sure it won't take long. I'm sure of it. But yeah, losing the Huns, that's a huge one as well, up in this region. They were doing so well. It's definitely a lucky gift for Russia, who are still definitely in this game. A few good city placements. Do everything. Obviously, you've got to start from the beginning again, which is not ideal. It's not like you've conquered all this stuff. You will, only get 1 population if you settle in these tiles, but still, it's going to be certainly useful. And we've seen how quick cities can grow with these Incan ones out of nowhere, up to 10 and 12. It doesn't take long. Texas with a settler. This settler's just been bouncing around. I don't think they have any plans to put it down anytime soon. Oh, Morocco is having some luck against Rome. A little bit, doing a bit of damage to southern Spain. I mean, these borders look so weird. France, and you always see it like divided Portugal, Spain, but they're the south, the north. France was sort of more tiles as well. Theirs is a little bit thicker. I guess they already had northern Spain sort of anyway through their own cities a little bit, so that was obviously going to happen. Rome got the sea as well. So yeah, I mean, this city had tiles either side, and this one had the coast. But Rome and Morocco, very close. Who will get control of the access to the Mediterranean? It would be quite strategic for Morocco to have it. For Rome, obviously, it doesn't make a huge difference other than not letting Morocco have it. But yeah, obviously, Rome still blocks anyone else who wants to leave. It's not as important in that sense. Rome controls all of the Western Mediterranean. France has no real access. So yeah, the Ottomans can't get out, and the Goths are even further blocked. It's not if you have a more diverse Mediterranean, then more civs, then it's more important. But in this case, Rome is completely in control regardless. It's just obviously if Morocco blocks them in, that could be annoying. Although that said, it might actually help Rome just stay in the Mediterranean. You don't need to worry about what's going on in the big wide world beyond that. Egypt is doing just enough to defend the city. Now, if Arabia is coming to help them, that is a huge plot twist. But something tells me, they're still at war apparently. Never mind, Arabia may actually end up taking Thebes. Not sure how long that will last. That might be a poisoned chalice right there. I think you should stick to the Arabian Peninsula and just protect it from Shaka at all costs. But yeah, if you go for Thebes, you're just bringing on more pain and suffering. Shoshone, peace out with the Iroquois, who are dead, so I don't know how that happened, but they've managed to keep a few units alive. I'm not sure how they've done that, to be honest. I mean, it's theoretically... Oh, they're still up here. Okay, I thought they were gone. Imagine I had to remove them. That would have been... I wouldn't have even noticed where they were. That would have been really sad, but they are still here. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is still possible to survive with just units, but I think it's only for me, right? I have my submarine, but that's it. New ideology. It's been a while since the last one. And Rome, the first of the Europeans to follow the Asian and Oceania sort of path of order. So that's interesting. So Rome going for the more communist-based approach. I guess that might be to rival some of the other Europeans. Although I think they're the first Western European to get one. I don't think France has one. So actually, maybe they do. A few cities falling. I missed the first one. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the map. I think it was Los Angeles again. Fell at some point. This city, no, that fell already. Just scouring the mini map. Did anything fall? Russia took this. Okay, that's what it was. And Siam, obviously, again reconquered this city here. Still no luck for the Kulin. I don't know how. They have plenty of frigates now. They should be getting this done. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, Russia certainly grabbing this. And a couple of new cities up this way. Of all the valuable land now available to them. But it looks like the units are creeping in. They're curious. They're like, okay, what the heck just happened here? Walking through, seeing what they can find. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see Russia be the first to venture into this land. Maybe tempt it with some settlers. Come in here and start to grab. There's plenty of resources. I see some copper. I think you get to keep these buildings as well, like the manufactory, all the farms. They stay here, so if you do settle, you don't need a builder as such. You don't need to waste time building a worker or sending them over. You will just get to keep that stuff immediately. So that's at least that's something. Turn 150 and wow, that was big. We were moved to. Wait, I want to look elsewhere. Game. No, I don't want to look over there. Is it still gonna? Yep. Okay, we're just stuck looking up here for a minute. It's fine, it happens. If I click here, there we go, we're out of it. Doesn't like it when you scroll. Rome fighting Morocco. You guys, there's more than enough land here for both of you. Share this, come on. Okay, I'm surprised Egypt is clinging on for this long. I don't think they have much left in the tank, but this has been quite impressive to defend this for as long as they have been able to. Russia and Mongolia. Is this going to keep going? Also, what is Canada up to that is taking so long? What are you doing? I have no idea. Normally it's negotiating peace deals, stuff like that takes a while, or trade deals. You don't really notice it if you're not staring at the thing, but I can notice it now because they are taking literally forever. There we go. They're gone. Thank you. Kulin. New research agreement, there we go. Although that is the Kulin's research agreement, but still, I think it might be one turn ahead. Like, I think whoever's going slow, it's actually the Civ before. Sometimes, not all the time, I think it's just a mix. I don't think you can always blame it. And the last Civ always really slow, no matter who they are. Like, Texas is last, and Texas probably does take a while because they're pretty big, but I think it's a bit unfair how long they take. I don't think we can pin all the blame on them, as you see here. Actually, they seem to be going okay. They've done all their denouncements and stuff. Yeah, that actually wasn't that bad for Texas. But normally the Civ that's in last gets a few extra seconds just slapped on top. Who is it? Oh yeah, this is a Zulu. I was going to say 9 population out of this. I guess the sea tiles help, but that is crazy. I like this. Look, you got the Indonesians just grabbing some food. Well, I assume it is entirely a fish-based diet out here. Can't see them eating much more than that, but yeah, the Indonesians just finding this island. Very isolated. Is there anyone in Antarctica yet? It is settleable, if that's even a word. You can settle there on this map. Still no one in New Zealand. Surprising. The Kulin, I assume, know about it unless they've just set off on some really random path around the world. The Zulu grabbed this island. No. They might have literally just settled this, and if they've got the right ideological policy, I don't know what tree it's in and stuff, but there is one that lets you have 4 population in new cities, so it might be that one. Of course, that is a horrifying thought for the rest of the world if they start settling in here with extra population. Not what you want to see. I'm going to need a drink. I've got to do a double episode right now, so I'm 45 minutes in. Here we go. I didn't plan this well enough. I was too excited and I forgot to have a drink while we were in between episodes. I was like, oh my goodness, what civs are we going to remove? Ugh, too soon after doing my teeth. That was not a good idea either, but we learn. nothing happened anyway. A lot of announcements, but nothing crazy. Sweden, what are you up to? You gotta be doing something. They are fighting someone. I have no idea who, but it took some damage. Russia now has so many coastal cities, and this one's actually the biggest one. Cologne is no longer a puppet as well, so they can start to build up a bit of a navy up here. These cities not so useful. I have no idea why they settled here. Like, you can't even get out. Like, the only... I guess a submarine could, in theory, right? I think a nuclear sub, or even a regular submarine can. So I guess that's something, but it's nothing like... Do you really want these cities just to churn out submarines? I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool in theory, right? The idea of a secret city that builds all your submarines. But I don't think in Civ it's that necessary. But yeah, I guess it's cool from that sort of perspective. Also, they don't know what submarines are right now, so I don't think they were thinking with that level of planning. I mean, they're still like trying to shoo away a Swedish trireme. Although I don't know who damaged this, because I don't think Sweden's at war with Russia. I don't know who they're at war with, but Britain with a settler. Maybe that's heading for the new gap down here or one of these islands. I have no idea, to be honest, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Or it'll just sit there like so many civs have been doing. The Zulu with their first settler that I've seen. It's like they're heading towards the newly vacated Songhai territory in Russia with 2 settlers, it would seem, also coming down this way. So yeah, if they can fill this gap, that is certainly going to give them a big boost in those top civs. Well, we talked about a top 15 kind of thing. 2 of them were removed. The Songhai and the Huns were definitely in consideration for being powerful and me not knowing where to rank them. Parthia is also heading out this way, so yeah, this Hunnic territory is certainly going to be filled a little bit quicker. Obviously, the Zulu probably have happiness issues as well. I'd hazard a guess that they probably can't just rush into settling whatever they want. They have to take their time. They also, I say that, they are grabbing cities all over South America with no real regard for anything else, and they must not have that policy, because this is 1 population, so never mind. They must have just had that 4 already for quite a while, and I just missed it. And we've also got the Inca with this city further to the south, which sort of cuts off Brazil more. Brazil did get the Chiro de Potosi wonder, which, I mean, 11 gold is not a lot in these games, especially, although with the lack of cargo ships, I guess it helps. Brazil will really be struggling for money because of that lack of cargo ships. Here we go. Here's a question for everyone watching. Embargo Rome, embargo... There you go, Canada. You've got the idea. You know exactly what we need to be voting on. There we go. See, that's normally what I have to vote on to avoid influencing the game. If you could take over one civ right now to play as, who would you take over? Now, obviously, there's the fun options like the Zulu, the Shoshone, I mean, the Kulin. That'd be an interesting one. But yeah, who would you like to play as? If this was like a scenario you could download off the Steam Workshop, which civ would you want to play as? Let me know. I'd be quite interested. And why? And what would you do? I'd like to see some interesting sort of entries into the competition as such. Not that there's no prize, I'm sorry. But Siam piecing out with Arabia and China. And they do hold on to this city as the peace deal comes around. I don't even know who I'd want to play as. Russia's kind of in an exciting position. You get all this new settling to do. I think there's still some Europeans in exciting positions. I think France is an interesting one. Who, you know, there's kind of an interesting sort of, they're in their own world almost, where, you know, the Zulu are, you know, so much stronger, but doesn't really impact them, for now at least. Anyway, the Goths, another one. They would be quite fun. I think Brazil would be so fun, because there's so many things I would do that Brazil are not doing. Like, I would certainly go and settle some coastal cities, get some cargo ships to get your economy going. I don't know how you'd fight the Inca now, but yeah, I feel like you could do a lot more as Brazil. Texas is another one. I feel like there's more that can be done. They have been very passive. They're just scared of the Shoshone, which I guess is fair enough. But yeah, very, very passive approach from them at the moment. Did Russia just slap down a random... Okay, I mean, it's in that former Huns territory. It's not a massive step, but it is a start. They have encroached on that territory, and it's not on top of an old city. Parthia also still sort of, you know, just entering that territory. But I guess that'll probably force them to settle a bit quicker. And I don't know where this other Russian settler's going to go. I mean, a smart move would be sort of where this city... Tunis. I love that the Huns just steal people's names. Because some moments you just forget, and you're just like, how did that get there? Like, Tunis here? I mean, Anchorage is another great one. Yeah, you just get some nice crazy ones. But here we go. We should see Parthia. Yeah, it's kind of a race, because if Russia settles like here, that sort of traps Parthia again and sort of gives them all of this. But I'm sure, has Russia built any more settlers? Not yet. I'm sure they'll be working on it. And the Zulu do capture Memphis, which just leaves Thebes with three very different levels of technology civs fighting over it. You've got Egypt with riflemen, Arabia with musketmen, and the Zulu with Great War infantry, all fighting over the same city. Going to be quite an interesting scenario. Okay, the Kulin are closing in. In fact, this might be the turn if they have a melee unit. No, maybe next turn. So close to eliminating Indonesia and having all these islands to themselves. Still looking good, still growing, still looking strong. I wonder how long they're going to allow Japan to remain in Australia. Still no one in New Zealand. China and Japan just having a look at the moment. Japan with a few units heading over. They're still fighting Mongolia and actually starting to have some success into the yellow. Maybe there's a chance. And Rome was not embargoed. So there you go. It's pretty good. I don't know what Rome have done particularly wrong. I mean, all of these cities are actually now their own, apart from Seville. And Spain's not around anymore, so they're not too bothered about that anyway. Ooh, no, not too... Well, I mean, Arabia, that's a nightmare scenario, but not for China. China's not going to do anything. But yeah, it looks like the Zulu just not going to stop. They're obviously like, right, you're getting in our way as well, Arabia. So we tried to conquer Thebes, so we'll just... You know, they were probably finding it too difficult to avoid hitting the wrong targets with their cannons. So they were just like, you know what, let's just attack these guys too. We can do it. So yeah, there you go. The Zulu going after Arabia, and this is getting a little scary. There's a lot that they can do in the next 50 turns before there's the next, 1 in 28 chance that they are eliminated, which is still not particularly big odds, right? Half in 14. 1/4 chance out of 7 is not, not huge. Well, not even 1/4 of 7, but 0.25 out of 7. Not massive odds. Not that I'd be willing to, use those odds to gamble whether I'd disappear on. But, that's what these civs have to do, I'm afraid. Just all that hard work they put in, and boom, just gone. But yeah, there's certainly some up-and-coming civs, some exciting ones to keep your eye on, to maybe challenge the top 3. Maybe not challenge the Zulu anymore. I'm losing faith there. But the Shoshone, or maybe just challenge to be in that top. Be exciting. I think the Inca are certainly showing a lot of growth down in South America. They are certainly making themselves look a lot bigger on the minimap. They should grab this city too. But yeah, they're looking really good. I think they're making the most of what they've got. I think Russia has a great opportunity now with the disappearance of the Huns. Mongolia is doing okay, but I'm not sure they're sort of as upstart as you'd want. Siam could still do well, I guess. And I think the Kulin have still got more to show as well. So there's certainly civs on the rise. The Ottomans maybe as well. And I mean, if Rome can recover, they're not terrible. I mean, they're not great, but they're not terrible. Shoshone goes order, so they go with the more... I guess maybe that's a bit of a Pacific influence. We've seen a lot of those civs go order, but it stayed pretty balanced. I think we're on the same number for each, or within 1. So that's quite exciting. The fact they're both going head to head like that. Obviously, I don't know what the tourism levels are. We can check in just a second. In fact, I think we can check now. It doesn't close like the info addicts do. Where is it? I always forget. It's in this one, isn't it? If it ever loads. It's coming one day. I'll take this opportunity for another drink. Alright, here we go. Never mind, I got that completely wrong. There are 6 order nations and 3 autocracy nations. Has there been like a revolution or something? Oh no, wait, Brazil, the Songhai died, who's autocracy. And I don't know, was Attila autocracy as well? I have no idea. But here you go, order is certainly the dominant ideology this time around. The Kulin with that might be more tourism than the rest of them combined. Not quite, but almost. And then obviously Rome with 6, Japan 14, Sweden's got 6. Sweden has when did Sweden get order? I don't know, some of these civs just showing up randomly. Shoshone and Siam also with ideologies. Sweden was one of the early ones. That's who I was trying to think of. Yeah, actually, they just surprised me. I guess it's because they got 3 good cities as opposed to loads of medium ones. Brazil with 4. You usually expect Brazil to have more tourism, but they don't have any beach. They have a city on the coast. The Zulu with 27 and Russia with 8. But those nations all in dissidence. The Zulu and Russia heading towards probably revolution at some point. Brazil, not so much. And obviously the Zulus might be influenced by the amount of wars. Not even... They could probably take the minus 27. It's maybe that they're just in too many... conquering is obviously lowering this. But Brazil seems to be doing fine. That's on 50 happiness, so I don't think they're particularly worried. Russia pieces out with Arabia. They're like, yeah, you know what? You've got enough of a challenge coming your way. Don't let us bother you. And the Zulu with their first city, sort of in the Songhai land. Not really. I think you could have actually settled here anyway. But yeah, as you know, it's probably, it's one tile, too close. But I think it was an open bit of land anyway, or I don't think it's added a huge amount there. Sure, there's going to be more to come. Parthia, Russia sort of backtracked a little bit, but Parthia has continued to just plough deep into this territory. I'm loving this from them. They're just like, you know what, we're going to make the most of this opportunity, grab what we can. Morocco pieces out with Rome. Yeah, nothing happened there. Probably for the best. And I don't know. If Russia goes and settles another tundra city, I'm going to cry. Yep, it looks like that's what we're going to get. Okay, never mind. There was so much hope. So much. The Goths are also heading this way though, so there is going to be other civs filling up. So if Russia's not going to fill the void, the others certainly are. I'm sure Russia will slowly conquer things, which will probably be the way they do it. But yeah, it looks like the Goths and Parthia will be taking the first steps to refilling this huge gap that has emerged in the map. It's quite exciting. The Goths, what are you up to? All versus Egypt. Yeah, well, everyone's going to join it. Egypt actually managed to what? How? How did that happen? I don't know how, but Egypt did retake Thebes. Memphis, sorry. That is unthinkable, but I don't know how that happened. The Zulu just take their foot off the gas somehow. Sweden and the Goths joining in against them though. Did they peace out and give it away stupidly? No. I'm lost. I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but I imagine it will fall back this turn or something. Pretty crazy. Probably going to go straight into the red right now again. We will see. Yep, there you go. Straight back. And I'm sure they won't be making that mistake again. California, having a rough time. They're still holding on to this incredibly, mainly because they're being attacked with crossbowmen in the sea, which is always rough to see, knowing these units actually can't do anything. Los Angeles will be remaining with the Shoshone, it would seem, which sucks for California. Take some damage elsewhere. Canada's trying to go after the US, but it's again just a failed invasion. We're really starting to lose patience with Canada here. They have not been great at all. And time's running out, the Shoshone got rid of the Iroquois, which just makes them even stronger. Texas hasn't done anything either. It's looking very scary now for Canada and Texas going forward. And the Zulu did grab another city, Western African coast, right on top of this one. In fact, on the same spot. So there you go, it did happen. It's pretty cool. And the Inca coming over out of nowhere with a settler. I mean, they're obviously not happy Shakas over here, so they're sending a couple back the other way. I'm sure that will lead to a war at some point where they both sort of solidify, the Zulu kick the Inca out of Africa and the Inca kick the Zulu out of South America. That's happening at some point. Texas with a settler still heading around. I don't even know if Texas can get over here, but it would be pretty cool if they do come over this way. Canada, your turn takes forever. I'm going to delete you. I'm going to rig it next time. And there we go, right in the middle, about as obnoxiously, not even as usefully or tactically as possible. Parthia is just like, you know what, if we go right slap bang in the middle, we'll get the most tiles around it, it'll be fine. And there we go, Indonesia is the next civ to be eliminated, so we're down to 27 now, unless someone else went this episode that I've forgotten. So slowly but surely, there's less and less civs, but that means each civ's chance of being eliminated is increasing. It's becoming more and more likely that turn 200, your favourite civ, say that so evilly, your favourite civ will be gone. Mine just went, Songhai, long-term favourite of mine, who we just finished playing as in a Let's Play. Very fun. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.